Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Today we are talking because, as you guys know, the rest of season 8, 9, 10, whatever we're in, is coming back this Saturday, you guys, with the slew of the 15 remaining episodes as well as the reunion. And so Mel's manager, Don Michelle, had posted to her social media in her stories, and we got to talk about what she said and what she means by this. So it says the following. It says, "Hey y'all, remember to keep your ugly cute. Carry on and don't worry about the gaslighting, the innuendo, and rock throwers who hide their hands, false narratives, and the rigmarole in between. Thank you to all the supporters, dope content creators who rock with the team, rain, sleet, or snow. Remember, we're all imperfect, so continue to pray for your enemies. Let's watch our own steps, okay? Represent yourself as if God is orchestrating your next level up, okay? You are too smart to fall for the okie doke. Stay woke and be kind, okay? Love y'all. Hashtag Team MELOMETERS, period." So I feel like this is I can kind of interpret this a few different ways. And basically what I'm deducing from this is Dawn sees everything that's been taking place, in particular these past few weeks. The past few weeks where we have these cast members who are barely getting screen time on the show are all of a sudden doing Instagram lives, Facebook lives, and they are attacking the MELOMETERS for zero reason. And then we, of course, have, Funky Dineva, spilling on his YouTube platform as to what he was told Dr. Heavenly left Messy Mondays with Carlos King. And then we have the clip from the Jasmine brand that was posted on Dr. Heavenly speaking on why she left Messy Mondays with Carlos King. And then we have Carlos King himself speaking on Messy Mondays and why Dr. Heavenly left, but wouldn't call out, the MELOMETERS by name, but was comparing fans and comparing these alleged 10 people to insurrectionists. And like I've said plenty of times, Marceau has compared the MELOMETERS to Trump supporters. So nonetheless, what I'm taking from this is that going down in the mud with some of these people trying to defend Melody Cherie, whether it's in the Instagram comments or in the Twitter comments or in the Facebook comments, some people can easily spin it as, oh, you guys are all harassing, or oh, you guys are all bullying, or oh, you guys are all attacking, or oh, you guys are all doing XYZ, and spinning it into their favor to fuel the negative perception of the MELOMETERS, right? Because keep in mind, we still have not seen the fallout from the girls' trip, in which Stormy wants Mel basically to denounce what happened with Black Titanic at the warehouse, right? And wanted Mel to say something, and Mel didn't say anything, and Stormy was like, basically, well, I see you for what you are, or whatever, and just kept it pushing. So we're going to see fallout from that, you guys. And like I've said, based off of, what Carlos King has been trying to say, what Funky Dineva has been trying to say, I don't doubt for a second that the MELOMETERS are going to be brought up again at this reunion. But I think where, it has to come into play is people have to be strategic and careful. And I believe that's what Don Michelle basically is saying without saying it, that you can have your support for Mel, you can support her ventures, you can support 7th Avenue and support, whatever music and acting and things that she has going on. But some of the windmilling that some people can misconstrue
as bullying and harassing and other things is where people are spinning some of the positive support, some of the defending that's taking place, and trying to provide facts and trying to provide receipts and everything else, is trying to spin that into their favor to justify, you know, why people, you know, think so bad of the MELometers and the MEL supporters. And essentially what I feel she's saying is, you know, to be smart, right? To be smart in your approach on how you are handling the negativity, to be smart in your approach into how you're seeing some of the negative things play out. Be smart in your approach and seeing how you are, you know, conducting yourself on the internet and these streets and all these things that can give fuel to the fire, even if you're completely innocent, right? Because again, people are trying to screenshot anything and everything to paint a narrative, to present a narrative, right? And sometimes it's best to move in silence, you guys. It's best to move in silence. Sometimes not everything needs a response. Sometimes, you know, the best action is non-action, right? In doses, right? Depending on the actual situation, right? But, you know, the best thing that those of you that if you are going to continue to black out the show when it comes back November 2nd, that is a way of letting the people know, hey, I am not supporting this content that is going to continue to, you know, come for MEL, come for the MELometers, right? That is a silent way. That is a way to protest. That is a way to say, hey, I'm not tuning in. I'm not supporting the madness. I'm not supporting the narrative and all these things. And with that being said, that helps, you know, what takes, you know, place moving forward. Because regardless, we're always going to come with the facts. We're always going to come with the facts and, you know, present what is taking place and what really is going down, you guys. And unfortunately, all of this stuff, even with the stuff that's been happening to my YouTube and other people's YouTube channels, all of it's connected, I feel. I truly feel that. I truly feel everything is connected. But the thing is, what you don't want to happen is you don't want good and innocent people to be dragged down into the mud. The people who are not doing anything, the people who are minding their business, the people who are not being messy, the people who are, you know, really just trying to do their thing, right? And this is across the board, right? Whether you're a fan, whether you're a content creator, whether you're one of the cast members, whether you're one of the producers, whatever, right? There have been people who have just been minding their business, right? And have been keeping it pushing and have either been focusing on their business, have been focusing on their brand, had been focusing on their content. But unfortunately, like I said, there can be bad apples in every bunch. Now, the thing is, you know, without receipts on what some of these accusations have been out there, that is where, again, you can't fall for the false narratives, right? And also with that being said, Carlos King now saying after 10 months of continuous attacks on the MELometers and the MEL supporters, now all of a sudden saying that that no cast member is responsible for their fans, that nobody should be taking anything out on the fan base. Well, that's not the energy that was being pushed out by your own cast members. You have very much, you know, Marceau in previous episodes going hardcore at the MELometers. You had Martel in the earlier episodes going hard at the MELometers. You had Tisha going at the MELometers and specifically wanting Mel to intervene. And we're going to see on this girls trip again with Stormy wanting Mel to intervene. And even with Nell's live where she's claiming and alleging that Martel set her up, she is still specifically pointing out comments that are dragging the MELometers or that are negative comments or negative comments about Mel and ignoring some of the positive ones to fuel certain narratives that have been spread about the MELometers. So I think all this is to say that obviously none of us are perfect. None of us, you know, claim to be perfect, right? There's no such thing. There's only one person who's perfect for those of you who are religious, right? But nonetheless, you've got to be smart in handling how some of these things are going to go, because there has been an increase, you guys, of just people who are just going to go in on the attack on Mel regardless of what she says or does, right? And it's one thing if you don't like Mel, but it's another if you're just spreading flat out falsehoods about her because you're so deep in your hatred for her that you're not looking at the bigger picture. And that the same people who are so deep in their hatred for Mel that are accusing the MELOMETERS of being obsessed with Mel, it's looking the other way around. It's looking like the haters are more concerned about what Mel's got going on or not going on than her supporters. Because like I said the bulk of the MELOMETERS are not entertaining the social media foolishness, right? The true MELOMETERS are the ones who are going to be supporting behind the scenes, are going to be supporting in the shadows and the bushes. They're going to, you know, whenever there's something they want to buy on 7th Avenue, they're going to purchase it. However, they're not going to be the ones that you're going to necessarily always see in the comments or always see, you know, on YouTube or on all these other platforms. They're just going to quietly support, because they figured out that, hey, the harder I try to go at this, the harder I try to windmill in the comments, sometimes this could be misconstrued as people seeing this as a full-on attack. Now, here's the thing. We're not just going to let flat-out lies, you know, continue to spread about people. That's not going to happen. But what is going to happen is we have to have, you know, some levity to the situation in which the correct information is being presented. And that is the purpose of why a lot of these content creators' channels existed, was because there are a lot of false narratives on the show. There are a lot of false storylines that are on the show, and people are not being transparent with their truth. People are not being transparent with what their real lives are, right? But unfortunately, like I said, sometimes, unfortunately, people can take things to the next level. And unfortunately, that next level can easily be twisted, you guys, you know, by others who already, you know, don't see it for Mel, who are already uplifting Martel and uplifting his mistress and everything else. And it's just like handing them candy. It's like a kid in a candy store, right? Where you're just seeing all of this stuff play out. You're seeing the drama. You're seeing all the chaos, and you're going to feed on that and pounce on that and utilize that to your benefit. So, you know, I say all that to say that Dawn is just saying, hey, just watch how you're moving. She knows the people who are 10 toes down for Mel. She knows the people who have consistently rocked with Mel and everything else, but don't necessarily be in this drag on, drag out war with some of these other people who are trying to bait you into negativity, who are trying to bait you into drama and all of these things. And that's taking away from the purpose, that's taking away from the goal. And those of you who are religious, to pray for your enemies, right? And, you know, to wish, because here's the thing, and I always say this, you guys. I always say this. Even if it's somebody, you know, that I disagree with or I don't rock with or whatever, you know, for me, I don't wish bad on people. I truly don't. I want everyone to be successful. I want people to be successful, so that leaves me alone. That's the whole point. I don't want people trying to waste time, trying to spew negativity and try to spew hatred and try to spew all these things, right? Because that's taking away the focus. That's taking away the goal. If you are actually working on building your own success, you don't have time to be concerned about me or concerned about other people. You only have time to be concerned about yourself, right? So that is just what I wanted to say. That is my interpretation of Dawn's message to the MELOmeters and the MEL supporters and everything else, and my take on it, right? Just my opinion on it. Like I said, I have, you know, I've not communicated with anybody or anything like that. Y'all know I write solo dolo. I have not spoken to anybody. This is just my interpretation of what this message is saying, right? And I hope that I articulated it in a way that, you know, you guys can kind of read between the lines of what I'm saying. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.